And we're back. What's up, y'all? I'm not a y'all person, but I do say y'all when I need to blend in Texas. Y'all come back now, you hear? Anyways, I have 17 minutes on my SD card to get through a litany of topics that I don't quite know until I start yapping. So, welcome back. We're in another yap sesh. We're live, back in the stew, if you will. I know it says happy birthday back there, but it is not my birthday, in fact. But it might be yours. And if it is, happy birthday. Today, we're gonna switch the format up just a tad, just a teens, just a little smidge, if you will. We are talking about how to make a feature film, but not just any feature film. Mine. I need your help. Yes, you. Help me make something enjoyable for other non-YouTube pals, right? We want to see this thing in a movie theater, I think. Let's talk about a bunch of things, non-specific, with no particular way to go. But if I could start one way... Alright guys, I'll be up.
This nigga here. I bet she's that girl. It's always about that. So he sprung.
They're always white too.
Always.
And now while those two guys wait for me to come back, I just wanted to come in here and tell you guys about the 3 pain points that we've had so far with making this project. And so let's talk first about visual style. And visual style is something that has been part of this channel for a few videos now, maybe. So it's pretty interesting because, you know, visual style to me is just oh, hey, what's up?
I'm the idea guy.
Yeah, no, it's been a while. I forgot you existed, to be honest.
Yeah, I've been locked in this fucking closet for months now. Are you kidding me?
no,
Are you kidding me?
Sorry about that.
No. I don't want to hear that, all right? You're making a feature film?
Oh,
And you're not telling them what it's about? Why wouldn't you tell them what it's about? Are you dumb? Like, that's the whole point of having an idea, is you tell people that you have an idea. That's why I'm here. That's why I wear this suit. I bought a suit for this, and you locked me in the closet.
I don't know if I can... Well, I could say it. I mean, do you guys want to know what it's about? I'm a little scared of the vulnerability here.
Just tell them something about it. Tell them something about it. It could be anything.
Yeah,
at this
it's
point.
just,
I mean, God
it's,
forbid
you know,
that they don't
it's
know
really
what
more
they're
so that,
getting
like,
their in.
I'm just scared to be open about it because it's like one of those things where I want people to see it and not necessarily know what it's about.
Just anything at this point. I mean, God forbid that these people go into a project not knowing what the fucking idea is.
I know. I'm not saying that I don't want them to know what it's about. I'm just saying, like, I just think that, like, it would be better maybe if it was like a surprise kind of or something. Like maybe if it was like something they didn't know.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be animated, but like you have to say something. You have to say something. It's just anything. Just say anything to them.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not a surefire science. I don't think it's like genius by any means. I'm a little terrified. I don't know. I can give them maybe like a general gist. How about that? Okay. General gist. All right. It's romance?
Romance? Are you fucking stupid?
You said like, general gist.
Is that it?
What the fuck?
Is this When Harry Met Sally? Or are we back in 1989?
Look, like, it's a romance, but it has other elements. There's more than just, you know. There's a romance that is it's like a device. It's a driving device. It's not like the central.
What is going on? Why do you think that?
I mean, it's the central plot, but like it's.
You gotta do something else.
There's more to it, right? Like there is environmental circumstances that kind of convolute and distort the situation that happens within the story. So like it's not just a romance, you know. It could be considered slice of life. But
okay, slice of life.
I know slice of life is technically anime. I'm not saying that it's an anime, but it has the qualities of a slice of life style production.
Are you making Clanad? What are we talking about? Slice of life? You're making Toradora again?
Okay,
like,
I'm
tell
just
them what
saying,
it is.
like,
It's a movie. It's a movie. It's Francis Ha. It's While We're Young.
We're scaring them. We're scaring them, okay?
Sorry,
Stop
I'm like
it.
scream whispering because I don't want to like scare people and somebody else is sleeping in the other room, so I don't want to wake them up.
Let's just do the video, all right?
I better hear, by the end of this fucking video, you tell them what this movie is about.
We're doing the video, okay? All right. Okay, I'm here to level with you guys. That's why we're on the ground. Alright, here to level with you guys once again, twice over, because 2 times is the charm, and 1 time is for nothing. Okay, now we're here again. I think this is the angle. We're gonna try to look at the footage one more time. And it worked. I'm cool with this. If you're cool with this, trying to give you guys a little fresh bit of content here. Still trying to figure out the sincerity of these type of videos. On one hand, I genuinely want to be authentic and be like, hey guys, here's the process. But like, I'd say 65% of this process is kind of me just going, oh my god, this is fucking insane. I'd rather not film those parts of my life, but maybe you'll get bits and pieces as I am right now, because internally, there is a bit of irony, I'd say, as well, in trying to make a tutorial on how to make a feature film. And I hope that that is not lost on you guys. I'm sure it's not. It is fucking ridiculous, and there are so many pieces that go into creating something like this. Kind of the thought process here was I wanted to take you along this journey as we're planning and creating this project. Hopefully you guys could, chime in and give some feedback, opinions, and help really mold this thing into a project worth showcasing, truly. I've done a number of projects over the past 5 years. Many people probably know me as the guy that never finishes anything, and I can't deny that. I certainly have a litany of ideas, and few of them have been finished. I'm not a perfect person. Not once have I ever claimed to be that. I'm just trying to make something because I care about it. I feel very passionate about this idea. I've been writing romance stories for like 3 or 4 years at this point. I would be lying if I didn't say I wasn't absolutely exhausted by the idea of love and trying to make it feel authentic on paper and then trying to translate that on screen. Much harder, turns out. As you could see, probably most people have pointed out to these posters in the background. Nobody's really noticed the If Beale Street Could Talk right up there. Also a fantastic movie. I think that was really one of those guiding lights for me. Barry Jenkins is one of those directors that understands like empathy and sincerity when it comes to relationships with people in general, and how those relationships can be created, destroyed, and how we reflect on those feelings. I think the best way I could describe this film in a way that doesn't reveal too much is it's a love story about a city. It's no shock that I probably would say Austin is a very romantic city. I think the majority of the projects that I've made, whether it be on this channel or a bunch of things that I have unlisted, I've had this idea for a long time. I've had this idea in many different forms. I've written 3 or 4 versions of this script before I ended up getting to the final version of a first draft of a script. And that happened over the course of 4 years going through life. There's this idea that I feel that I've found within people that I have surrounded myself with, but also like my own shortcomings is just kind of feeling as though things aren't going the way that you initially thought that they would be. Well, there's been so many movies that kind of express that idea. Francis Ha being a major proponent of that. Kind of up to this point, I've been trying to figure out what it is that I like about movies and what kind of visually interests me. I'm sure most people have this as well, where you have this idea that you have and it's very clear that it feels like a puzzle in a way, but the puzzle is standing upright, so the pieces are falling out. You have to kind of maintain as many pieces on the board as you can before the whole thing comes crashing down. For me, that's been the battle, getting out of my own head. As with a lot of things in my life seem to be revolving around that theme. But then it begs the question, of course, what type of film do we want to create? What are the emotions that we want to evoke? What are the type of feelings that people should take away from this? Those thematic elements can be driving forces for the way that we see the film. The type of emotions that I want to channel can be found in movies like If Beale Street Could Talk. They could be found in movies like Francis Ha. They could be found in movies like The Worst Person in the World. These films are essentially what we use as lanterns to guide the ideas. How are we going to envision this story? How does the story manifest itself within the world that we live in? in the city that we're living in and the situations that we go through day to day. It's one thing to take inspiration, it's another thing to steal an idea. Imitation is not flattery. I'm sure everybody has a reason for their ideas to be profound or meaningful or loud and make a statement. I just want to make something that makes me feel like I give a shit about this. That's kind of been my push for the last year and a half, maybe, is just trying to make something that I can believe in, and something that I feel like, look, I will give this to you as something that you can just accept or not accept, rather than like, please like this. I want people to just take this idea in for what it might be. And I know that might sound like pretentious and silly and verbose maybe, but I really don't know how else to go about making a movie. And I think that the act of making a film is inherently pretentious, to be honest. So you might as well just commit to the bit at this point. I feel as though a lot of people are growing up in this era where there's not really a playbook on how to navigate this complicated world with constant chaos within internet, news, all these nonsense social media platforms. There's just this isolationism that comes with that. And I think that the fear for me personally is that I'm becoming more alone because I feel so connected to everything. And I doubt that I'm the only person that feels that way. So that is my general direction for this story.
Hey, how long has it been?
But since I've been out,
Yeah.
since we've seen each other, it's been like maybe 5 or 6 years, man.
Golly, dude.
It's been a minute.
Fool just popping in out of nowhere. Hey, niggas.
Now that we have this idea, what do we do with it? Now that we've created the story, we have to make it visually viable. People want to buy a movie that looks good, right? I want to make a movie that's like Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight meets Emmanuel Lubezki's cinematography with a sprinkle of color blocking from Wes Anderson, and I want to manifest this all in a story that takes place in one room. Now that you just visualize that ChatGPT-ass prompt, I want to actually turn our attention towards the type of movies that are best for our script. A comment that was said better than I could have ever put into a video was posted to the Good Cinematography video, there being good cinematography, bad cinematography, and the cinematography that's right for the film. I think my favorite visual style, my favorite themes in cinematography always kind of revolve around the same several shots. The type of frames that I think are really interesting are easily found within these movies. This being the staple of all of anything I will ever do in my fucking life. Or you ever wonder, what's my favorite movie? It's this one. I've never had and never will, probably, maybe, I'm willing to be wrong. I'm watching more movies as we speak. But I think that my favorite frames are always the master shots. And it's such a weird frame to think of as being a favorite because inherently that's the technical first shot or the shot where you get everything in it. But I think that the best movies that I've watched always have a lingering shot on the master where the whole scene can play out in this one frame and you kind of feel the emotions and you don't ever break from those. Yi and Edward Yang have this very excellent way of maintaining the emotional integrity of a scene by limiting the amount of cuts that we get within the film. And by doing that, we are kind of left with so much more of the emotional weight of these characters than had we been cutting to close-ups or cutting away to B-roll of city shots or things like that. And another movie that is more recent that has a great example of that is Fallen Leaves. Has a wonderful example of kind of isolationism and just feeling this depressing weight of loneliness kind of clouding over these characters, but also making the scenes feel alive in the same way. Like these shots are always very intentional, very stylized, but also make sure to fill the frame with information. And that's a big proponent of, trying to master what this visual style will be, is what's the information that we're giving people within the scene itself. Seeing the way in which they framed shots in Fallen Leaves, it's very intentional, even down to the amount of people that we see within a given bar scene. Past Lives, my favorite movie of last year, arguably, is another one of those movies that makes you go, holy shit, movies can look like that? I've seen it 3 times in theaters. I'm about to buy the DVD when it comes out. I think that movie just really speaks to the quietness that we can get with American cinema. People nowadays have been more in this emotional mood rather than like this big talky that we used to be in with both mumblecore, but even like the 90s with Before Trilogy. And I love the Before Trilogy, love mumblecore. Just saying, perhaps it's a new era. I love to see past lives in movies like that, especially in American movies, because I think that there is this idea that because it's an American film, we kind of have to always have these long, drawn-out conversations and romance. But there are a lot of subtleties and intimacy within the quiet and sentimental scenes that we can get with characters. So I hope that this film can kind of reach within that ballpark of trying to capture those types of emotions. Like scratch the, like literally, if I can get like a sliver of that, you know what I mean? Like just a sliver. So I think we just have to do it over and over again. Many revisions. We can't get it in one go, I don't think. Or maybe we could. Who knows? You'll see in some of these clips that I've been showing you guys of films, little projects that we've done here. I mean, these are just ideas. Now, I'm still trying to figure out the way to blend what I like about filming the things that I've made and trying to incorporate some of these master classes in filmmaking in all of these fantastic movies. So I don't know how to do that. All I know how to do is watch them intensely and review them and critique them, and also write notes about how to potentially do that myself. So hopefully that works.
Like a week or 2.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing.
Hasn't been too long.
Yeah. We got crazy lives, but we always figure it out.
Yeah.
We here for what reason? We don't even know.
Work?
Yeah. It's not about my money though. You know what I'm saying? But nah, come through. Come through. Out of all the places here, actually, the DJ out all these bars, except that one. Yeah. It's pretty nice. Remember that girl, Sarah, in high school? Remember you still talking to her?
High school, dog. That was like 10 years ago. I'm not talking.
Oh, damn.
I tried to shut all that out.
Wait, Sarah?
Everything.
Oh,
Everything.
damn. My
I don't talk to nobody from high school.
Damn.
And we're back. And today we are talking still about independent cinema and how to make it. Now, Brandon, here's a question for you. Here's a hardball. Why can't I just steal somebody else's movie?
You mean make the same movie, or do you mean like
Steal the property.
you're getting into the weeds of ownership laws for footage and stuff like that? I've been in that kind of mess. I've been in that kind of mess before.
All right.
I was editing a sizzle reel for a pilot. So it wasn't even the pilot, it was a fake pilot to make a pilot. I was editing that for an extreme sports athlete who gave me all of the raw footage for it. And then decided to try to not pay me, and so I just kept the footage because I knew who filmed it, and until anyone is paid, that footage is still owned by the person who filmed it.
Okay. This is how you steal movies, guys. Don't get paid.
Yeah, avoid getting paid, and then you can steal any movie because the ownership was never transferred.
And these are the real questions we're here to ask, the hard balls, the real ideas, the root of every problem that we have, ownership. Will we own anything in 2024? Will this generation of millennials ever see real ownership? We don't know.
Yeah, we own nothing.
We are here to talk about visual style, okay?
Okay.
Now, when we're talking about independent movies, we're not talking about multi-million-dollar budgets. We're talking about couple guys, couple cameras.
Yeah.
Now, how do you make style out of nothing?
Oh, I think that's where style comes from. I think you're spot on that. Is that's the only thing you can afford when you can afford nothing, is your own style. If you have that, you probably have more than most people who are making the exact same thing as you. If you can figure out a style, if you can figure out a vibe, if you can figure out like what your shit looks like, I mean, you're gonna end up making better stuff than someone who doesn't.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That is a great point.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this as well. When you're watching an independent movie,
Okay.
what is your biggest pet peeve?
Ooh, biggest pet peeve. I definitely have a few. I think a lot of independent movies we make right now have like, you know, that one A-list actor, or at least independent movies that get made and get popularized, I guess, always have that one A-list actor that is, you know, carrying the whole thing. And so it's like it does feel like, you know, those moments, the independent filmmakers who are doing that, I know the system, you know, really requires you to have to like get that big name, but it does feel like sometimes people are just making a movie to put an A-list actor in sometimes, and you know, it really grinds my gears when people aren't making a movie to make a movie; they're making a movie to put a certain actor in a movie.
Absolutely. He's not talking about Florida Project, y'all. In order to make a feature film,
Yeah.
what are the most important things that you need to make something that is a feature film?
After a camera, it's people. Like, the more people you get a part of it that want to invest, will invest, I mean, people. It's the thing most people who want to film something forget they need, because they want to do it all themselves and are afraid to ask for help. I do that a lot. I probably should ask more people to help me.
Sorry, the right answer was screenplay. But yes,
Oh,
you're
okay,
right. You're
yeah,
correct. You're
yeah.
absolutely correct. Now, what kind of people do you need? Do you need good people or bad people?
Well, the bad people have money, and the good people will actually get it made. So
Put that on a t-shirt. Put that on a t-shirt. What is the best camera to use for making a feature film, and why can't I use my iPhone?
because Apple is the
Sorry, were you store?
Yeah, I was. My screen was busted. Trying to get it fixed. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I feel like I saw you in there earlier, right?
Yeah.
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 You get what you needed?
Yeah. Water damage.
They should build these phones better.
Did you get your screen fixed?
I did. Should have just got a new phone though. But yeah. Sorry, I'm gonna stick with what I got.
Yeah.
Didn't know you were watching still. Oh my god. Big burger of a video this is. Why don't I where do you come into all of this? Well, in truth, I want to have a movie that you guys can enjoy and know virtually nothing about going into it. That would be my ideal. Will that happen? I don't know because I want to know what you guys think. I want this journey to be something that we take together, we create something together, and you have actual stake or interest within this film that we're creating. Let's build a community around making something and just the enjoyment of making something. I think that's kind of what I want this series to be. Obviously, it's going to be clickbait with how to make a feature film. There will be teachings and you will learn something. White walls are kind of the Voldemort of production design in that you don't talk about them, you don't use them, you don't invoke their name by any means necessary. I love you, baby. To the moon, to the stars, oh baby, to everything on Mars.
I love you so much.
You will never stop loving me to the end of eternity. I'm sorry, could you stop, please? Could you stop? We're filming a scene here. We're filming a scene here. Sir? Hello? I think I just want you to enjoy some good content. Hopefully this is good content. Hopefully you enjoy just having a conversation, vibing, listening to good music, talking about good movies, and we can just kind of bond over that. And in the process, we make something cool. That would be really fun. Maybe we can all be friends. How about that? I'm lonely, you're lonely, you know, hey, like we can connect better than this, but you know, for now this will work, right? But we'll find another way to actually communicate, because me talking to a wall that has a camera in front of it is not fun. It's basically still a wall. All right, I've kind of bored you guys enough, maybe. Well, I'll have you know, we'll have another update for you guys soon. Hopefully by that point, you can meet more of the crew. By the way, last call for crew if you want to. Totally up to you, no pressure. If you just want to watch the video, that's also sick. Just like it, maybe. That's a real contribution. I think I'm gonna try to continue making longer form videos, but hopefully I can kind of push them out a little bit faster. It does take me 20 hours to make 20 minutes of content, so there is a little bit of effort that goes into these, despite me fucking up most of them. But hey, like we're getting there, you know what I mean? We're getting there. All right, I appreciate the patience that you guys have with me. You guys have also really nice comments too, so shout out to y'all for real. Give me some cool ideas. Maybe you guys can give me your feedback on what you heard. If it wasn't clear enough, please tell me. I'll make a follow-up. I don't know. But hey, until next time, I guess.